How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
God, you can't stop me. Part 2, bitches. Do you love my hat? I went to the shop the other day. I was only in there for about 5 minutes, and when I came out, there was a damn traffic officer writing a parking ticket for overrunning the meter. So when I turned him and said, "Come on, how about you give a man a break?" He ignored me and continued to write on his ticket.
I'll fucking smack him.
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this. So I called him a pencil-necked N-word. He glared at me and started writing another ticket for also having parked partially on the pavement. So I called him a son of a mutant pig. He finished the second ticket and put it on the car. He then started to write a third ticket. This went on for about 20 minutes. And the more I abused him, the more tickets he wrote. I didn't give a damn. My car was parked around the corner. A small boy came running out of the bathroom in tears. "What's the matter, his father? I dropped my toothbrush in the toilet." "Okay, don't worry about it. We'd better throw it out." The father fished the toothbrush out of the toilet and put it in the garbage. When he returned, the boy was holding another toothbrush. "Isn't that my toothbrush?" the father said. "Yes," said the boy. "And we better throw this one out too, because it fell in the toilet 4 days ago." A police officer pulls over a driver and informs that he's just won $5,000 in a safety competition. All because he's wearing his seatbelt. Now wouldn't that be fucking nice? You don't even get a sticker. "What are you going to do with the prize money?" the officer asks. The man responds, "I guess I'll go to driving school and get my license." His wife says, "Officer, don't listen to me. He's a smart aleck when he's drunk." The guy in the backseat pops that. The guy in the backseat pops up out from underneath the blanket and says, "I knew we wouldn't get far in this stolen car." Just then a knock comes from the trunk and the voice yells out, "Are we over the border yet?" At the Sunday morning church service, the minister asked if anyone in the congregation would like to express praise for unanswered prayers. "2 months ago, my husband Tom had a terrible bike crash." Oh, there's no... and his scrotum, but there's no space between the two S's, so it's something else. His scrotum was completely crushed. Pain was terrible and the doctors didn't know if they could help him. You could hear the muffled gasps from all the men in the congregation as they imagined the pain poor Tom must have experienced. "Tom wasn't able to hold me or the children," she went on, "and every movement caused him terrible pain. We prayed that the doctors performed every..." Oh my god, there's no gaps in this, it's so annoying. "We prayed that as the doctors performed a very delicate operation which lasted for 5 hours, and it turned out they were able to piece together the crushed remains of Tom's scrotum and wrap wire around it to hold it into place." Again, the men in the congregation were unnerved and squirmed uncomfortably as they imagined the horrible surgery that was performed on Tom. "Now," she announced in a quavering voice, "thank the Lord, after 6 weeks Tom is now out of hospital and the doctor said that with time his scrotum shall recover completely." All the men sighed with relief. The minister rose and tentatively asked if anyone else had something to say. A man stood up and walked slowly to the podium. He said, "I'm Tom." The entire congregation held its breath. "I just want to tell my wife that the word is sternum." That was a bit too smart for me. Oh, that bastard one from last week was still my favourite joke I think I've ever heard in my life. "Don't step on the ducks. 3 guys died together in an accident and go to heaven. When they get there, St. Peter says," St. Peter again,
Mary?
"We only have one rule in here in heaven. Don't step on the ducks." So they enter heaven and sure enough there are ducks all over the place. It is almost impossible not to step on a duck. Although they try their best to avoid them, the first guy accidentally steps on one. Along comes St. Peter, ugliest woman he's ever seen. St. Peter chains them together and says, "Your punishment for stepping on a duck is to spend eternity chained to the ugly woman." I'm sure she wasn't that ugly. The next day the second guy steps accidentally on a duck and along comes some St. Peter, back at it again with his old tricks. And with him is another extremely ugly woman. He chains them together with the same astonishment as the first guy. The third guy has observed all this and not wanting to be chained for eternity to an ugly woman, he's very, very careful where he steps. He manages to go months without stepping on any ducks. But one day St. Peter comes up to him with the most gorgeous woman he has ever laid eyes on. A very tall, tan, curvaceous, sexy blonde. St. Peter chains him together without saying a word. The guy remarks, "I wonder what I did to deserve being chained to you for eternity." She says, "I don't know about you, but I stepped on a duck." Oh, fuck. A burglar broke into the house one night. He shone his flashlight around looking for valuables when a voice in the dark said, "Jesus knows." Jumped out of his skin. clicked his flashlight off and froze. Just as he pulled the stereo out so he could disconnect the wires. Bob, you dirty dog. Clear as a bell, he heard. Freaked out, he shone the light around, frantically looking for the source of the voice. Just like that. Finally, in the corner of the room, his flashlight beam came to rest on a parrot. Did you say that?
Yep.
The parrot confessed, then squawked, I'm just trying to warn you that he is watching you. The burglar relaxed. Who in the world are you? Moses, replied the bird. Moses, the burglar laughed. What kind of people would name a bird Moses? The kind of people that would name a Rottweiler Jesus? Oh my god. According to a news report, a certain private school in Washington recently was faced with a unique problem. A number of 12-year-old girls were beginning to use lipstick and would put it on the bathroom. That was fine, but after they put it on their lipsticks, they would press their lips into the mirror, leaving dozens of little lip prints. Every night, the maintenance man would remove them, and the next day the girls would put them back. Finally, the principal decided that something had to be done. She called all the girls to the bathroom and met them there with the maintenance man. She explained that all these lip prints were causing a major problem for the custodian, who had to clean the mirrors every night. To demonstrate how difficult it had been to clean the mirrors, she asked the maintenance man to show the girls how much effort was required. He took out a long-handled squeegee, dipped it in the toilet, and cleared the mirror with it. Since then, there have been no lip prints on the mirror. There are teachers and they are the educators. Look, the toilet water on the window mirror was the catch for me, and then it just got a little bit out of hand. Like, do we need that little snarl comment at the end about teachers and that? I wanted to be a teacher one day, but then I realised I'm too stupid. Best joke yet. It's funny when jokes reality. I'm out. See you next week.